Today I fucked up letting out gas when I thought I was alone. I, 33F, have a new boyfriend, 40M. I am head over heels about. He is smart and handsome and kind and so sexy. We have been going out for a couple of months and I am completely enamored. We decided to go away for a weekend to NYC and he surprised me at the hotel with the most decadent, buttery pastries and I couldn't stop myself. I ate them despite knowing my stomach wouldn't be happy after. And it wasn't. It was rumbling and cramping. But I held the gas in like a trooper. There was no way this Romeo was gonna see that side of me. So I went to take a shower. I made sure the water was coming down nice and loud. My dream man was in the other room. Door was closed. Coast was clear. It was good. I would just let a few controlled toots out so there was no way he could hear it. Alas, as the little trumpet let out its first notes, I felt the arms of this beautiful man wrap themselves around me from behind. He wanted to surprise and join his sexy new girlfriend in the shower. The poor man was hoping for a soapy hot babe but instead was met with wet naked farts, which are the worst kind. He couldn't stop laughing. Oh well. Too long did not read. Farted in front of new boyfriend when I thought I was alone. He surprised me in the shower, so mortifying. Sounds like he's an adult, that knows other adults fart. And find them funny still. LMAO, just picturing the fart steam and you both laughing. Now that you've gotten the first fart out of the way, enjoy your relationship even more. My girlfriend was really holding them in one morning and she was mortified that a few kept escaping. I told her it was okay and she should just let them out. She did. I swear, the Horn of Gondor was rallying troops on the battlefield for like 30 seconds. I was in awe of the sheer majesty. But since then, we just let each other know if we're going to be gassy antelopes, and as someone with Crohn's disease who frequently deals with that after eating anything green, it's so nice to just have the understanding that the human body happens. I was getting dressed, and since I was by myself, let one rip. It was gnarly, period farts, am I right? Saw my, now husband's, then boyfriend's, shirt on the bed and was like, oh. He's going to need that. I'll take it out so he doesn't have to come in here. I walk out and he's heading to the room. Panic. Oh, I have your shirt here. Oh thanks, but I still need whatever it was. Wait. Let me get it. What? Why? I tooted. And it's bad. The man just starts cracking up. I love you, and don't have a problem with anything that comes out of you. I'd be lying if he didn't say he regretted going in there, but I did warn him. But he loves me. So there's that. Sometimes he'll just start laughing again and go tooted. So cute. Today I fucked up by making a friendly joke with a colleague. At work, there's this lady in the office, let's call her Mary. Mary and I have always been friendly towards each other. Plenty of banter, and we're similar in that she doesn't get offended by anything. Neither do I. We've made some really goofy and silly jokes before. Anyway, yesterday I needed to go into the office to drop off some paperwork. Mary gets up, and she's wearing a very low-cut top. So I tell her she needs to put those weapons of mass distraction away or people will be walking funny. She laughs and says I can have a better look later, which kinda made me smile and blush. I should note, Mary is happily married to another woman. This is just office banter. Unbeknownst to either of us, another girl was walking into the office, heard our conversation and reported it as sexual assault in the workplace. I got called into the office earlier today to give a statement about it. Told them that it was a joke between Mary and myself and no harm was intended from either party. Now let's see what happens. Too long did not read. Made a joke with a colleague at work, now being accused of sexual assault at work. Assault? You clearly mean harassment. In this day and age, it's best not to comment about the breasts of your co-worker. Why do we have to take all these dumb sexual harassment courses at work? Surely no one would actually be dumb enough to say this at the office. Sexual harassment extends beyond the person you are speaking to. If it's overheard and upsets someone, you have created a harassing situation. I had a very similar situation from an email chain. All very mild and in good humor in a private email chain among myself and a friend. He hit print screen and someone found it at the printer. I almost lost my job over it. It is so easy to simply not do this at work. LMAO. Today I fucked up by going on the worst date, and almost ending up in bed with a hooker. So, this all happened last night and I'm still trying to process it. I met this guy, let's call him Chad, on a dating app a few weeks ago. We've been chatting and he seemed nice enough, so we decided to go on a date. Little did I know how much a disaster it would turn out to be. Chad and I agreed to meet at this trendy sushi place downtown. He showed up a few minutes late, looking like he just rolled out of bed, in a wrinkled shirt and sweatpants, strike one. But I tried to look past that and give him a chance. We sat down and started chatting, and he began to show off by ordering a bunch of expensive sushi rolls that neither of us could pronounce. I felt a little uncomfortable, but I played along because I didn't want to be rude. As the night went on, Chad started to get more obnoxious. He told me about his successful startup and kept hinting that he had loads of money. I'm not the type to be impressed by that kind of thing, so I tried to steer the conversation towards more interesting topics. However, Chad just wouldn't let it go. Finally, we finished dinner and Chad suggested we go back to his place for a nightcap. I wasn't super into the idea, but I thought, what the hell? Maybe he'll be better in a more relaxed setting. Boy, was I wrong. We got to his apartment, which was honestly pretty nice, but it didn't take long for things to get weird. As soon as we walked in, Chad said he had a surprise for me. I nervously laughed it off, thinking he was joking. But then, he led me into his bedroom, and there she was, a hooker, lying on his bed, dressed in lingerie and looking like she was expecting us. I froze, completely shocked and confused. Chad, with a smug grin on his face, said that he wanted to try spicing things up. My God. My jaw dropped. I couldn't believe this guy actually thought I would be into this. I mean, I'm all for open-mindedness, but this was definitely not what I signed up for. The poor woman on the bed looked just as uncomfortable as I did. We exchanged awkward glances and I could tell she wanted out just as much as I did. I turned to Chad and told him, in no uncertain terms, that this was not happening and that I was leaving immediately. He tried to play it off like it was just a joke, but it was pretty clear he was dead serious. I grabbed my purse and hightailed it out of there, leaving Chad and the hooker behind. I felt terrible for her, but I just couldn't deal with the situation any longer. So, that's my today I fucked up story. I thought I was going on a normal date, but instead, I ended up in an awkward, horrifying situation that I'll probably never forget. I'm definitely going to be more careful when using dating apps from now on. FML. Too long did not read. Went on a date with a guy who thought it would be a good idea to surprise me with a hooker in his bed after dinner. Ended up leaving in shock and embarrassment. This Chad must be a really good-looking guy. I can't imagine showing up to a date late, with dog shit appearance and in literal sweatpants, spend the entire time being obnoxious and talking about myself and still have a girl want to come back to my apartment afterwards. Edit. Not just any date, but a first date. And also this Chad paid for a hooker to wait for him in his apartment for hours while he was on this date, so that when he came back he could have a threesome. GIF. Emote, free underscore emotes underscore pack. Thinking underscore face underscore hum. Have to wonder if he was having sex with her before he showed up to the date. Having a terrible date with a slob in public? Maybe going back to his place will be better? Is this a serious thought process that a real-life person had? This is pretty unbelievable. How would a sex worker have access to his apartment for 2+ hours in advance? And on top of that agree to sit around and wait? I'm calling BS. If he wanted to try spicing things up, are you positive that was a hooker and not a current partner of his? Otherwise, how can you spice up something that hasn't happened yet? Today I fucked up by inviting 18 people to my birthday dinner. For context, I haven't celebrated my birthday for the past 3 years. So this time I wanted a nice simple casual dinner with my friends. We are all graduating from university soon, so we might not see each other for the next little while. Now, I thought, why don't I have my various small friend groups meet up together and get dinner? So about 18 of us in total, because some of them have girlfriends and it would be rude to not invite them. I am used to having everyone pay for their own food when we go out to eat. Apparently, I forgot for special occasions like birthdays you're supposed to pay for everyone's meal. I found out from my mom and another friend that isn't from my university, so not attending this dinner. This place is a little bit expensive as well. I'm thinking maybe $50 for each person. So with taxes and tip, it becomes $1,200. I don't expect any gifts or anything. Just a casual dinner, and I will ask the restaurant if I can bring a cake or worst case put candles on my dessert. I don't know the food and safety guidelines if I can bring a cake, that's why I am unsure. I have already told everyone about the dinner, and gotten a reservation, which can be cancelled. Just waiting for my friends to say yes or no if they can come. So yeah, I played myself cause I am a social idiot who has not celebrated his birthday before. Next week will be fun. I am thinking of messaging my friends. Just to clarify, it's a casual dinner. Pay for your own meal. I can't afford to pay for 18 ppl, no gifts. Just a chill hangout eat vibe. I will talk to the restaurant if I can bring a cake. IDK how this shit works. I am sorry for being dumb. IDK how birthdays work. Too long did not read. I haven't celebrated birthdays for 3 years and forgot that if I invite people to dinner I need to pay for everyone's meal, so I am looking at a bill of $1,200. Damn. You don't need to buy their dinners, good lord. If anything, one of them should buy yours. I've never expected someone else to pay for my meal when invited out. Maybe this is a cultural thing, but it seems normal to me that everyone would pay for themselves. If I was still in college and I got this invite, thinking the birthday heaver will pay for everyone wouldn't have crossed my mind. Has a friend said something to you to indicate they expect that? Besides your mom, I mean. I don't think it's wrong, especially at your age, for the friends celebrating with you to pay for themselves. I couldn't imagine you paying for them, nor them to expect it. You're all going out to dinner. I don't think it even needs to be clarified beforehand. Unless you're the heir to the fortune of an oil baron from the UAE, you're good. Yeah. Message them ASAP before anyone confirms they're coming. Also, worst case scenario, I can guarantee all 18 people are not going to show up. That's just the reality of organizing a large event.